The boss fight is synonymous with Souls games. When you think of Souls, you think of Ornstein and Smoke. The Abyss Watchers. Millennia. No, Stockpile Thomas.
When the Scourge came, I abandoned my wife and daughter
Yeah, sure, man.
and fled like a coward.
Okay. It's a series defined by its brutal boss fights, consistently showcasing some of the best designed bosses in the entirety of gaming, if not the best. Mechanically, is the Royal Rat Authority the benchmark of great boss design? No, but it is named Royal Rat Authority. So in a series full of genre-defining boss fights, what could be the most important? Well, it's Gundier, the Asylum Demon, the Cleric Beast. It's the first boss. Right, I know what you're thinking. How's Big Tits McGee over here more important than Gwyn? Which, yes, a good question, because look at the state of that. 4 beers. Mate, what the fuck? But the first boss of these games are too often overlooked. They don't have the same spectacle or notoriety of the Souls greats, but are vital for the simple reason that they're the first. I mean, start the game off with a bed of chaos and you'd have people returning it to buy Sudoku. Now this is a fucking game. This is the Souls onboarding. The thrill of beating your first boss is what gets people into the series.
Yes! Good! Fuck! Never make me do that again.
It gives them a taste of the highs these games can deliver, while setting the stage for the difficulty, tone and pacing of the fights. They may be simple or forgettable in a vacuum, but they do a perfect job at setting up their game and players' expectations. First impressions matter, which is precisely why Dark Souls 1 has a morbidly obese dragon slam his ass on you mere moments into the game. The Asylum Demon is slow, deliberate, a fat bastard some might say. It gets you used to the slower yet punishing nature of Dark Souls 1. The bosses are slow, but so are you. Right, I said slow, no fucking immovable! What now is an easy boss for most because of how homogenized this combat model has become. The Asylum Demon presented this new challenge that required a more intentional approach in your actions, while subtly reinforcing the underlying mechanics of the Souls combat. Its use of wide sweeping attacks combined with the cluttered and cramped arena made rolling through attacks pretty much a requirement. The fight also highlights how useful lateral movement is, which, yes, is mainly because fan favourite fictional character Fat Bastard from Clydebank turns slower than the Titanic. And I'm pretty sure that thing's not even operational. Yep, it's not. Who's that then? And all that's just from a combat perspective. The setup to this fight is simple but executed perfectly. As you start the game, you make your way through the decrepit asylum. You hear distant heavy footsteps rumble through the ruins until boom! Fucking booka booka, a large dragon drops in.
Oh shit!
Which, thankfully, this fight doesn't take place on a bridge. It sets the scene flawlessly, stripping any pride that you might have, making you scuttle away into a wee hole, bitch, adding to the intimidation. Which ends up being even worse if you're like me, an idiot, not reading the sign and trying to fight him with that spatula or weapon that you have, making this momentous challenge seem even more impossible, making it all the more satisfying when you finally get the jump on it. Literally. The switch up where you become the aggressor and that anxiety to end the fight quickly pushes you to be more aggressive, possibly making more mistakes, but encouraging you to be comfortable putting on pressure. It's all subtle wee things that sets you up for the Souls experience. It doesn't need a grandeur cutscene. There's no epic spectacle here. It's dour, but gives that glimpse of the hidden highs in this depraved world. It's really just a fat dragon and a killer soundtrack. Look, I'm not here to tell you the Asylum Demon is the best boss ever, because it's not. It's the second best after that helicopter in the Division, Gundier. Now this is a first boss. He's fast, punishing, closes distance easily, and oh aye, he's part slug now! Again, for those experienced in the series, Gundier doesn't present too much of a challenge. It's a fair fight with well telegraphed attacks, and he doesn't have a ridiculous amount of health. But even with that, this fight will always be intense. It's the perfect showcase of the faster pace of Dark Souls 3. You're faster, can move whilst healing, and you're in a wide open arena. But, unfortunately for you, Gundier might as well be an A10 Warthog, because he just starts fucking flying! Gundier simultaneously puts so much pressure on you, whilst also utilising his range that forces you to close the distance. Gundier's excellent mix-up of attacks that dance between fast and slow easily punish panic rolling, and really forces you to react rather than anticipate, making it a real test for new players. It's a fight that makes sure players know the basic principles before they experience the rest of the game. There's no cheap ways to pass Gundier, no summons, no OP builds, it's just you. And a tree branch? Nah, right Adam, why have you taken that? Oh, so you could be a tombstone. Fair. Not to mention, also introduces the concept of a second phase straight from the get-go,
Fuck, what is this?
instilling that fear that every boss might just come back for seconds. But at least there's never going to be a third phase. The Cleric Beast was my introduction to the Soulsborne boss, and to be clear, I got slapped by that rat. He had me hung, drawn and quartered. It was a fucking massacre. I swear it took me like 17 times.
Callum, first attempt in, what were your thoughts on today's performance?
Well, I wasn't on form today,
Yep.
some critical errors in my game,
Yep.
but I'm new to the sport. I'm hungry, and I'm here for legacy.
Okay.
So just a small setback, and
Alright.
back to the drawing board tomorrow.
Callum, what went wrong in today's outing?
Well, to be honest, the grabbing me with his Wolverine-ass paws, that kinda caught me off guard.
You've been outspoken in previous media outings stating that the equipment isn't suitable for the task at hand. Is this true?
Aye, well that old cunt gave me some shite cane for a weapon. Like what am I to do with this? If I knew I was fighting fucking King Kong, I would ask the ghoul for a fucking M4, no his grand's extendable vibrator.
Another unfortunate result. How do you cope with the loss?
Extreme Master. The Cleric Beast is unmatched in its atmosphere. The way its screeches tear through the haunted streets of Yarnum to its grotesque feral design. Jesus mate, a bit harsh. It sets up the Cleric Beast to be this terrifying beast, all before you've even been drowned by its erratic slashes as it towers over you. It's such a cool fight. Apart from you know what you've done. Your screen covered in blood as you trade visceral blows in the wake of those ear-piercing screeches, all complemented by the incredible score. Just add the chicken jockey and it's cinema. I'm disappointed in myself after saying that. That's a new low. Not to mention how good it is in encouraging Bloodborne's push forward mentality. Set on that derelict type bridge that gives you little to no room as it possessively hunts you down, further pushes you to fight up close. Cause, aye, good luck running mate. Oh shit, fuck. Beating the Cleric Beast for the first time was such an incredible feeling. A fight that taught me so much, encouraging the confidence to play aggressively and instilling that beautiful mentality that the Souls games are known for. No matter how difficult or impossible these obstacles may seem, if you just push yourself, they can be conquered. But most importantly, it taught me that the cane is fucking shite! Although after thorough Reddit research, this could be a me problem, but it's my video, so overruled doofus. I think it's also interesting to talk about how Elden Ring handles the first boss, because like, who actually is the first boss? This scoundrel soldier of Godric, or that prick? Well yeah, it's technically General Grievous over there, but proper boss wise, I'd say it's Marget, which, Jesus Christ, is fighting Marget for the first time a humbling experience. This delinquent has long wind-ups, heavy-hitting attacks, mix-ups to an unending degree, a bigger health pool than Gary Barlow's son, and he's a fucking poet! This man is the dominatrix of dominatrixes. But in Elden Ring, you have access to more tools than ever before. Spells, weird potion things, spirit ashes, the American military, you name it. Just the unfortunate result of that is the bosses also get more tools. Right! What the fuck? Which makes Marget the perfect gatekeeper to the rest of the Elden Ring experience. Because Elden Ring bosses really take a step up in upping the speed, the combos, and how punishing these bosses can be. But it's the game that gives you the most to exploit them. Whether that's making overpowered builds, doing side content to gain an edge, or using items for a helping hand. Again, literally. It highlights what makes Elden Ring special. Because yes, you can just brute force them, but you're encouraged to explore the incredible world of Elden Ring, fight some lesser bosses, and then come back refreshed with new gear. And it's still going to be a challenge. Elden Ring requires absolute mastery, or extreme cheese, and there's no better introduction to this than Marget. The first bosses of these games are designed to be visually intimidating, this impossible challenge, but mechanically intuitive. They dance the fine line of easing you into the experience, yet delivering that triumphant moment. They're early on, when you're at your weakest, limited in terms of what you have available to you. The bosses can be easily cheesed with some wacky build. Well, like if someone's walking over in full Havel, hats off to them. Like no idea where they got that. They introduce runbacks and reinforce the underlying mechanics of the combat, while setting up the boss theory for the rest of the game. I might be putting too much stock in the bosses that people don't think about all too often, but it's these bosses that kick off everyone's Souls journey. Their first struggle, their first triumph. Before everyone plays their first Souls game, they're lambasted with people telling them how difficult the games are, and it's at this moment that it clicks, that they might actually be able to do this, push through these grueling challenges, and experience the highs that everyone raves about. Okay, Ryan. I might have some bad news for you. Sure, they're probably not going to be your favourite boss. Hell, mine is this guy in the wheelchair. Which I know that sounds bad. Okay, so yeah, they're probably not going to be your favourite boss. But I'd say they're the most important. And say what you will about the soldier Godric, but he's a fucking gentleman.